Alright guys, welcome back. This is Nick up here at Maple Motors in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And today I was in the middle of a test drive in this 1970 Camaro. This is a 4-speed car with a 396 under the hood. Runs and drives very good. You can see that in the test drive. Does need some cosmetic stuff. Some gauges aren't working, different stuff like that. But you could check all of that out in the test drive video. It'll go over the rest of the car. In this video, we're going to go over everything on the outside, inside, underneath, and in the trunk. So this will be the walk around, and I was doing the test drive just a second ago. You can get to that video by going to the very end of this one, last 30 seconds. And definitely check out maplemotors.com. Close to 100 detailed pictures, financing information, wheels, tires, parts, and accessories, and I could ship these all over the country. If you want to see more from Maple Motors, more classic cars every single day, you can hit that subscribe button. I'll post them here. We're going to start up here in the front, kind of go over some flaws. This bumper here is not in perfect shape. It still looks pretty good, but you could see it has some age to it. The front end itself looks good. There's no overflow on the radiator. There's just a hose sitting down, and our fluid guy, when he comes through and tops everything off, he always tops the radiator all the way off. So I get 10 minutes into a test drive and stop and try to do these videos, and it's overflowing on the ground. It's not leaking, it's just doesn't have an overflow container. Looking down the side of the car, this one looks pretty straight. The tires are almost new. Under the hood's nice. A clean power steering on this car. Front disc brakes, drum brakes in the rear. I'm going to be putting the hood down towards the end. I went ahead and opened this and the trunk so that I'm not flipping the camera around everywhere during the video. All the trim looks nice and clean. You can tell the car used to be blue. There's some blue showing through. Let's see if that's a gap, or I didn't shut it all the way. I think the door hinge needs to be adjusted because it's not shutting all the way. Not a gap, that's just the hinge there. Looking at the bottom of the door, pretty solid. I'm not seeing any bumps, not seeing any rust bubbles. Looks nice and straight. There's some more cracking on top though. You can see that blue. It's just on the edge there. Rear bumper's in the same condition. It's still got some defects. It's not perfect. Dual exhaust out the back. Brand new gas tank under the back there. I'll be giving y'all some undercar shots here in a moment. Weather stripping looks fairly new. Trunk's pretty clean. I don't see, I want to be able to look under it though, make sure it's solid. Little bit of moisture getting in here. It's causing it to have some surface rust pop up. But the trunk looks solid. And a little bump in the paint there under the stripe. It's like where a chip was. Bottoms of the doors are nice and solid. Little bump on top of the fender there. All right, made our way all the way around. Let's go ahead and check the interior out. Opening the door up here, coming up on the door panel. It doesn't look bad. It does have a little spot in the handle right there. The weather stripping looks good all around the door. A little bit of bubbling there in the corner. Carpet's been changed out. Looks fairly clean. This is brand new here. Package tray's in great shape. Headliner looks awesome in this car. The dash isn't all cracked up. Console looks good. Shifter, everything nice and clean the way it should be. Weather stripping around the door is in great shape. Let's get in here and check it out. We do a little poll. Top right corner, do you think the horn works? So check that out, it's right up there. We're in neutral. Starts right up. Emergency brake does work. I got it on right now. Windshield wipers, they do work. On gauge wise, I don't think many gauges work at all on this one. Basically just your oil pressure. Everything else seems like it's not hooked up and working. I thought the gas gauge may come up because it's at quarter tank. It never moved after I got gas. Everything else never came up. The RPMs didn't work, the speedo didn't work, your amps, your temp gauge isn't working, and your clock down here isn't working. So it's gonna need to get rewired or a new cluster. Do have the face of the radio, it should work. Blower motor, I couldn't get it to do anything on the air. Couldn't get it to cut on, so. Horn, no honk. It does push in, but no honk. Fan's kind of hitting this shroud, just the edge of it. Sounds like you have a small exhaust leak on this side down on the bottom. That rattling though is that fan hitting that shroud right there. It's just too close, it needs to be adjusted up, brought away from it like that. Probably tighten this bolt over here and stop all that when I get back. But motor sounds pretty good. Well, other than the exhaust leak on there. All right. Hood's a little stiff coming down, so you got to wiggle it so that you don't bend it, because if you just try to yank it down, it'll bend the middle of the hood, then you'll have a bigger issue. But it does line up pretty well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some undercarriage shots. We're gonna start in the front, go to the driver's side, to the rear, and the passenger. I do have pictures available at maplemotors.com, so please go there and check that out. Like I said, that little drip that you just seen under there is because I do not have an overflow for the antifreeze. And it was just topped off right before the test drive. You can hear your exhaust leak. Sounds like it's coming from right there. New gas tank in the rear. All right, guys, getting ready to get back to the test drive. We're gonna take off down the road again, finish this up, and I'll get these videos out there for y'all. If you enjoy them, hit that subscribe button. I post them every single day. We have finance options and shipping available at maplemotors.com. I do appreciate y'all watching, and thanks again, guys.